Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the call here from Ballymore Stadium. It's the second of an interstate doubleheader here on Saturday, March 15. Queensland taking on New South Wales, and it's the visitors who came away victors in the first game. The under-18 Waratahs weren't to be denied, running back from a 28-19 halftime deficit to emerge 50 points to 33 victors, 5 tries after oranges. It was a devastating display in the second half, led by their impressive back row, TJ Talaleva. And here we are now. We're looking at the under-20s. This is the one we've all been waiting for. There are stacked lineups from both sides to chew through. Let's have a look at them now in just a tick. 27 degrees here at Ballymore Stadium, 66% humidity. We're going to have a nice clear deck. Not much wind to speak of, so I expect plenty of running rugby here at the home of Queensland Rugby, Ballymore Stadium. Let's take a look at the Reds under-20 Academy matchup now. Byron Murphy, Cooper Hoare, and the impressive Trigger King up front. Fergus Gillen and Charlie Brosnan locking down together. Charlie Cook, Vaitor Latu, and the impressive Tom Robinson will lead the charge at 7. James Martins and Will Nason are a seasoned half combination. Frankie Goldsborough, one to watch. He's just made his Reds debut in Super Rugby Pacific. He'll partner Xavier Rubens in the centres. And an impressive back three of Tom Howard, Maddox McLean, and Daniel Mallam to contend with. Now let's take a look at the Waratahs under-20 Academy lineup. Cesario, Kainanar, Cold up front. Mangles, Door from Sydney Uni, partners captain Doyle, Cleverly, Bryle and Lemaitre. An impressive back row. Hui Sharples and Joey Fowler have both played Australian under-20s. They'll be hard to handle. Louis Fenwick and Grover partnering in the centres. Palmer, McLaren and Cooper Waters. Dangerous trio out back. Just waiting for the teams to run on now as we see the under-18s in the aftermath of their impressive win. Very comfortable. We mentioned before that TJ Talaleva led the charge at number 6, but equally impressive was number 7, Java Zor, and the ever-present number 8, Justice Taumopiao. They led the charge for the back row. They led that vanguard, if you will, from the visitors, who ran out 50 points to 33 winners in the first game of today's doubleheader. But make sure you don't go anywhere. We've got 80 jam-packed minutes coming up for you here at Ballymore, and then it's over to the club championships. We're already underway in the Sukar Cup decider. That's between Sydney Uni women and Bond University women to determine the nation's best women's club side. And then 3:45 local time, where we'll see Brothers take on Eastern Suburbs in one of the most hotly anticipated Bernard Power Challenge Trophy matches in recent memory. Brothers with an opportunity to be the first team in a decade to hold on to the Australian Club Championships, and Beasties looking for their first ever title. So make sure you stick around for those games. And of course, if that's not enough rugby for you, we have the Reds hosting the Waratahs in Smartech Super Rugby Pacific. What a game we'll have on our hands here as the Reds take to the field clad in gold. It's an unusual look. Not sure if we'll give them a national edge, but that's them. That's the Queenslanders right in front of us. And can they make amends and avenge their 18's loss? They went down by 17 points after holding the halftime lead. And Charlie Cook there, the West's flanker in number 6. He'll have a big role to play to shut down a monster back row for the Tars. They're running out in their non-traditional silvery blue strip. So don't be fooled. It might not look it, but it is indeed Queensland taking on New South Wales in alternate kits. And there's a man to watch there in number 11, Brendan Palmer. The Hunter Wildfire has serious pace. Keep an eye on him. His battle with Daniel Mallam on this edge closest to your screen is going to be one to watch. And we're in for an excellent AR team looking after us this afternoon. Safe and secure as we wait for the Queenslanders to get us underway. They're in gold, running left to right on your screens. Tars to receive, and the under-20 Academies match is underway. It's Louis Fenwick taking the first charge in the Waratahs away strip. And now they look to play with a little bit of width. It's Brodie McLaren seeking open pasture. He won't find it this time, and it'll be returned with a little bit of interest there from Will Nason, the West's playmaker. As the Tars swarm this defence. Cook goes into halfback. And the runners are immediately swamped there. It was Robinson who was gobbled up. Cooper Hoare takes the tough carry up the guts as Martins looks for quick pill. Goldsborough, so dangerous, recently making his Super Rugby debut for the Reds, and he finds himself in an academy match. He will be a handful, as will Vaitua Latu. St Peter's Lutheran College product gone brothers. He's a serious handful in the number 8 jersey for Queensland. Eyes on him. But now play resumes with the Tars. A little turnover there, and Hui Sharples has the chance to unlock a bit of space for his big damaging ball runners. This time it's Mangelsdorf, the university product down in Sydney. He's wrapped up, but now there's a little space. Keep your eyes on McLaren, Brodie McLaren. One of the more impressive performers in this Waratahs under-20s program. What can he produce? The offload this time from Evan Doyle, the skipper, goes astray, but they manage to clean it up, and the Tars hold possession. As Joey Fowler looks for an exit. High in, ranging into the sun. It's a nightmare for Tom Howard out of UQ. Not the start the student was chasing, but still 78 minutes for the Red Heavy to make amends. Didn't have a look, just went straight through the breadbasket, unfortunately. Plenty of pressure coming from Marshall Lemaitre out of Gordon. And that pressure will result in a Tars penalty. About 26 metres out from the Reds chalk. It does take some adjusting to the eyes, calling a gold v silver as Queensland, New South Wales, but bear with us as we look for the first scrum of this game. And a massive challenge up front. We're really excited to see how this goes. You've got Cesario, Kane and Arcolt from the Tars up against Murphy, Hoare and the very impressive young Trevor King. Keep an eye out for that tight head in the number 3 gold jersey for Queensland. Damaging with ball in hand, but equally impressive at scrum time, so it should be evenly matched. Caleb Arcolt, another impressive product from the Cranbrook system down in Sydney. Keep an eye out for him. Play just taking a quick break here as they attend to Luca Cleverly. An Australian under-18s representative in the 6 for New South Wales, but he's patched up, he's ready to go. And we'll resume with this scrum. First real challenge for the front rows. Let's see how this plays out. It's a good solid squeeze from both sides. Sharples will look to his blind winger for an early carry. He's well contained by the Reds now, and Sharples recycles. Finds the form of Mangelsdorf with a strong carry. And the pill is quick now. They look to go wide. Fowler with a ranging cut ball. Assured there from Liam Grover. There's a Chatwoods junior centre partnership there between Grover and Fenwick. Something to look forward to as the Tars own advantage. Fowler looks for a wider forward and finds it in Cesare. A Southern Districts man. As Sharples tucks it under. Maybe he'll advise against the hulking frame of Tom Robinson, but advantage still with the Tars, and they're getting close now. Here comes Doyle. Another tough carry from the skipper. Colt tucks the head down and peels off a few more inches. That pass goes down, but they are playing with advantage, so the Tars well on the front foot and the Reds not out of the woods yet. Perhaps a first chance now for the Tars to test their rolling maul and really put the squeeze on the Reds. Fowler seems to agree, plugs the corner. We'll have a 5-metre line out. 4 minutes into this contest. Under-20s Academy, Reds hosting the Tars. Charlie O'Kane, a Beasties product out of Joey's to feed this line out in the red boots. Uncontested, and the sack is good from Queensland, but the breakout maul has happened. They've got hands all over it. And the Tars will have a crack. Doyle brought down. somehow manages to squeeze that ball back, and the Piggies will roll the sleeves up and go to work. They're 2 metres from Queensland's line. This is New South Wales with all the momentum, all the pressure. And Jack Cesare opens the scoring after 5 minutes here at Ballymore. Weight of numbers and good speed around the ruck there from the Tars. And it's the big Leafshead who opens their account. Take a look at this. Lovely presence of mind there. It was Charlie O'Kane who decided to go one off the ruck, and Cesare just the slightest hint of footwork, but managed to get around the first defender. And the big fella plants it down close to the sticks to give the Waratahs their best chance yet of extending a lead. Fowler with a gimme, you'd say. Dead in front, and Deadeye Dickett goes straight through the middle. 5 becomes 7 after 6 minutes here at Ballymore Stadium.
Number 10, Joey Fowler. Score, Waratahs 7, Reds 0.
Keep a weather eye on that halves combo over in New South Wales. Sharples and Fowler both have donned Australian under-20s gold. Very comfortable halves pairing. Not the biggest. You saw Jonty Fowler, I believe Joey's younger brother, carving up as the starting fly half in the under-18s fixture just before, and this Fowler is equally silky, especially with the service of Sharples inside him. But now it's the time for the Reds to have a crack. That pass doesn't quite go to hand, but somehow the Reds hold on. Counter-attack from Lemaitre, almost gets the pill back. But the Reds look to the boot. Punch it downfield. He's hoping it holds up. Will the bounce of the ball favour the Reds? Oh, it does. Inch perfect there. The little chase from Malum, and Fowler has no other choice but to ground it in goal and force the drop out. Lovely weight on the kick there. Looked like Maddox McLean that pumped that downfield, and it's a good result for the Reds. Can they find a ball runner to take it back? You bet. There's a big wind-up from Big Latu. Whoa, sends the loosehead prop Cesare flying. Just a sign of the strength as the Reds look to attack back into the 22. Nice little shimmy there from Tom Howard. But the clear that time doesn't hit. It's great work over the pill there from Luca Cleverly. And the Tars get out of danger this time. Gee, they're quick onto the ball, the Tars back row. Their under-18 set the tone in the earlier fixture, and it looks as though that back row battle will again be pivotal here in the under-20s.
Take the line for me, please, Red.
Here we go. Player will resume from that 10-metre line. Following the penalty, a nice clearance from Fowler. And now O'Kane to feed this line out. Looking for the hulking figures of Mangelsdorf or maybe Doyle. They decide to go with skipper Doyle as Sharples finds a runner. It comes in the form of Fenwick. Takes 2 in the tackle to bring him down. Doyle backing up for another carry. He's been industrious early as the Tars skipper. And now Toby Bryle starting to get into a bit of work in the white headgear. The back's coming into play now, but it's a good read from Charlie Cook, who shoots up out of the line, shuts down Fowler early. And the pass is just not sticking early for the Tars here. Left with McLaren to clean up at the back. Sharples now finds Cleverly. It's a good strong carry from the blind side, but it looks as though they've got some hooks under him. Can he find his way to ground? He can't. In fact, Queensland have stripped it away. And that's a big, brave play. I think it was Fergus Gillen involved as Martins takes to the boot. That is a huge raking kick. The 50-22's on, and he's peeled it off. What a nudge from the Reds halfback. And momentum swings the way of the hosts off the back of their halfback's boot. Lovely play there from James Martins. He's been a very busy man, has Martins. worked his way through Queensland Premier Rugby. Recently with West, now across with GPS, looking for an opportunity. And he's certainly a one to watch in this game. The Reds fluff their lines, contest goes up and it's not straight. So the risk from Tars to contest pays off. 9.5 1. Missed opportunity for the host there. Fowler peels off a few more metres. Ball will still be with the Reds though after the half arm, so they're not out of the woods yet. And Cooper Hall with a chance to make amends on the throw. Front ball from the Reds, finds its way down to Martins and they'll look to go wide. A tough carry there from Rubens, experienced and talented is the outside centre for the Reds. As they'll swing play back, that's a nice big carry from Byron Murphy. He backs past the first one, can't beat the second, and Martins looks for that quick recycle. There's Fergus Gillen. Another tough carry. Goldsborough looking to link up with the outside men, and Daniel Mallum's a man you don't want in space. Feeds back inside to Maddox McLean. As the Reds launch an assault on the 22, Trevor King's a good man to get over the advantage line. Almost the pilfer there from the Tars, but didn't quite get their angle right. And now there's a bit of promise here from the Tars tight head. Told to move back by a referee. Robinson now. The trademark gold locks flapping about in the Ballymore sun. As Murphy goes again, they're looking to midfield. They're starting to make some ground. Martins chasing another runner. Finds one in Brosnan who peels off a few more metres. But that ball is loose at the back. And it's the Tars somehow crawling and squirming their way upfield. And could there be danger down the blind side? There certainly is. Brendan Palmer's got plenty of toe. A lovely inside ball finds its way to Quee Sharples. Plays off the deck and they're not out of the woods yet, are the Reds. That's great meterage from the Tars. Doyle, an ever-present support runner. And Jonty Fowler looks up, rather it's Joey, and he sees some open pasture. Oh, not so great on the deck there from Xavier Rubens. Looked like a knock on there at the back from the Australian under-20s. And Reds under-20s outside back. And said the Tars will take the offside advantage. Geez, they might have liked an opportunity a bit further upfield off the back of Rubens fumbling. But instead, it's a decent and handy position. Midfield, inside the 10-metre line for the Tars. Let's see if they plug the corner here.
Because it's an offside penalty. And I've got to call advantage over. It's unfortunate. I get it.
It's lovely work from Fowler Senior to get downfield. Rubens under pressure from Cooper Waratahs, just couldn't reel it in. But it's going to be a similar result. A set-piece opportunity for the Tars deep inside Reds territory as the visitors look to extend their early lead.
Drop one. Yeah, done well. All the way. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Line out solid there from the Tars. Doyle sailing high, talking to his teammates. His experience so valuable in the engine room of this Tars pack as the maul starts to get a roll on. Bryle adds his weight. As Charlie O'Kane looks to tie it up at the back. Sharple's calling for it. Tell you what, Charlie Brosnan looks like he might have got a mid on it. And he certainly does. Great work from the white headgeared lock in Queensland. It's Charlie Brosnan, the brothers man. He manages to sling an arm through and force the error. Crisis averted for the Reds early doors. The maul looked really well set, especially after Bryle added his weight, but an arm raking through. And he came through the middle as well, did Brosnan.
6.5.
First real test navigated at set piece from the Reds. And now another 5-metre defensive scrum exit. They look to the carry. Goldsborough looking to get involved, as is Rubens. They've got plenty of weapons, but too good an opportunity to take here with the half arm. Will Nason will look to exit.
Far side.
solid exit it is as well off the right foot. Not the preferred angle.
That's yours.
But Mason will take that.
Yep.
And we're looking for a
Yeah,
big
just
carry here. There's Latu and Cook hanging outside in the channels.
Just having a sub.
Flat line though. An early substitution. Looks like Daniel Mallam's come off.
Just wait there, lads.
So the big looming presence of Samu Tuisau comes on in jersey 23 for the Reds. Goes over the back. And some early front foot ball. A big clean there from Brosnan on Lemaitre.
Offside playing the 9 while he's playing the ball.
The Reds get out of jail there. Offside playing the ball, calls referee.
I'll come find you.
And Nason will have a chance to plug a little further downfield. Field position at a premium for the Reds early doors. Has he bitten off more than he can chew here? No. Instead, it's an excellent kick from Nason, right down into the guts of the Tars 22. 16 minutes gone. Waratahs 7 lead the Reds 0 on this under-20s academy fixture. And now it's Queensland with their best opportunity yet to launch an assault on the Tars chalk. Lineout's clean, but the feed is rough as guts from Brosnan. Now it's the Tars with an opportunity to counter-attack. Lemaitre bundled up in a ball and all tackle from the new man, Samu Tuisau. Tars' presence of mind to exit. Foul has been cool and calm. And it's a pretty good exit as well, right back down towards the halfway mark. McLean remonstrating with a touchy. Fowler too good there. And a clutch exit from the Tars playmaker. This time the line-out's clean, so service from Martins finds his halves partner, and we're looking at the back now. Goldsborough wrapped up in an impressive tackle, and the Tars are all over that pill. That's a magnificent steal. I think it was Grover who got over that ball, and now there's space out the back. Wheels from Louis Fenwick, and he just can't pick up and deliver. He had Samu Tuisau covered for pace. Looked like the Reds winger was running through quicksand compared to Fenwick, who has lightning pace. Have a look at that chase down. Looked like the early dive from Samu saved his bacon there.
Loose head side. Just hit and hold for me.
Fenwick just couldn't ground in goal. Desperate stuff from the Reds, who find themselves back deep into their own territory.
All right, guys. Let's back the scrum. Not part of the scrum, lads. Let's go.
Come on, burn in. High call. Yeah, chop her in.
Referee keen to move play along here. Another tricky exit to navigate for the Reds.
Bind. Set. Early.
Same result as the last one. The Tars just a little too keen to press their advantage at scrum time.
Yeah, in the middle.
As we tick towards the 20-minute mark at a potential drinks break, it is the Reds clinging on.
2 minutes.
Tars hold a 7-0 lead here in this under-20s academy fixture. Welcome to the call if you're joining us for the first time. This is the second of a double-header here at Ballymore. Earlier it was the under-18s and New South Wales 50 prevailing over Queensland 33. The Tars have trailed 28-19 at half-time before a 5-try performance in the second half turned the tables on their hosts, and they ended up being comfortable. But someone who's not so comfortable now is Frankie Goldsborough. It's not a sight the Reds fans want to see. The impressive teenager who made his Super Rugby Pacific debut last week in Christchurch has come from the field before the 20-minute mark. Looks like some concern around the left arm. So that's one to keep an eye on now as Josh Takai comes to the field in the centres. Another one of the healthy brethren contingent.
Replacement number 22.
And you'll be able to spot him pretty easily. Young Josh Takai in the pink headgear and pink boots combination. but it's all blue at the moment. The Tars deep in Reds 22 and looking ominous. Here's Bryle peeling off a few more metres. And a quick recycle now has the Reds backpedaling. There's Fenwick, went so close earlier to going over the chalk, and now the grubber through. Liam Grover went up, thought he had the try, but it's just another little error. And the chances and lack of conversion starting to build up for the Tars as we tick past the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, I get that. I've just had a word from my AR. Just your feet were a little bit too far back. You're overextending, which is probably what's putting the weight through. I'll come stand on the side.
There you go, clear comms. After two half arms against the Tars front row, Jack Cesare having a word with the referee. And just a little too far back, so he's going to swap sides, watch that engagement. And it's really becoming an attritional battle up front.
All good, bro? All right, lads.
Not nearly the pace and the speed and the width of that under-18s game we saw earlier. This is a real scrap so far. Tars 7, lead the Reds 0. And room for a real arm wrestle under the Ballymore sun. Perfect conditions for running rugby. We're just waiting for the teams to let loose as Martin feeds this scrum. Ball bobbling around, not a clean hook.
Choose 9.
Martins will go digging, eventually finds it, and it's the new man, Josh Takai, who takes a tough carry. Now Brosnahan. Peeling off a few more metres as Martins looks for a cheeky seam near the ruck. He's quickly swallowed up by the Tars defence. Indeed, it's come back the Tars' favour. Lovely work there from the ever-present Marshall Lemaitre. A Gordon product getting right over that pill. He's been busy, the number 7 for New South Wales. And he's given aside an excellent attacking opportunity. With Fowler plugging the chalk on the sideline.
Have the line out, guys.
Here we go.
Yeah, we'll be before a break.
Massive opportunity. Be the last little play before a water break, says the referee. Can the Tars cash in and convert this one? Had plenty of opportunities early doors. Reds defence had been resolute on the goal line. What can the visitors produce here? Doyle again soaring high into the air. And they've set a nice more platform. Here's O'Kane at the back. He laid on the first try for Jack Cesare early. Can he find his way to the chalk? More sideways, says the referee. So Hui Sharples finds his centres. It's the Chatswood combo clearing each other out. That's silly play from James Martins there. He can't take out the 9. And Sharples goes quickly. They've got numbers out to the wide. Draw and pass. It's simple as that for Brendan Palmer. Tars extend their lead. A quick sinking play from Hui Sharples. And it's just a matter of hands out to the left for an unmarked Brendan Palmer to score the Tars second. Have a look at this. Great looping play. Goes through a few pairs of hands. Cooper Waters, Brodie McLaren. Training paddock stuff for Palmer to open his account on the left wing. Plenty of wraps on Brendan Palmer out of the Wildfires. Heaps of toe, don't you worry about that. Solid in defence as well and moves exceptionally well off his left foot, so keep an eye out for that step back in off the chalk. And now a chance for Fowler to convert from out wide. Just a little bit of shape, but it started too far out to the right, so the margin remains 12 points to 0 as we're heading to a quick drinks break here at Ballymore. Hot and sweaty conditions here at Ballymore. That's why we're going to see those drinks breaks taken. You can already see the ice towels out. It has been tough start to this contest here in the Under-20s Academy. Waratahs 12 leading the Reds, yet to score. All started with Jack Cesaro, the loosehead prop from Southern Districts. Got over early doors after a nice pass from the ruck base from Charlie O'Kane. And then just before, we saw Brendan Palmer strolling over untouched down the left wing after quick thinking from Huey Sharples. Went through the hands. Waters to McLaren. And Palmer went over untouched. It's been clinical from the Tars so far. They have had more opportunity than their Reds, but they've had the lion's share of territory in possession. 2-try lead. Not a bad result for the visitors. The Reds just haven't quite got into this game yet. They've got big carriers. They've got clutch players. But limited opportunities deep in the Tars 22. Really need one of their stars to step up. We know how good some of these players are. The loss of Daniel Malum early has been tough. Real live wire on the right wing, had to leave early. But they've got plenty of talent there. And also too, keep an eye out, Frankie Goldsborough, the Super Rugby Pacific centre, taken from the field with what looked to be a left arm injury. As play resumes. Tars 12 leading the Reds, yet to score. As Fowler looks for an exit. Plugs a low, ugly kick straight to Maddox McLean, who loves the contact. Puts the head down and gets the Reds back up towards the Tars 22. Little tip from Robinson. Finds Murphy in a few more metres. Nason trying to evade the tackle of O'Kane rather. Can't get away that time. As Murphy's wrapped up. Tars line holding firm for now. As Martins tries to find a little seam. Brought down by his opposite number Sharples, but that's a good momentum breaker as King gets out of the first, gets out of the second as well. He's a hard man to bring down, and now the Reds have a bit of a head of steam. Robinson goes quickly. So too does Gillen. They're within 5 now. Looked like a little bobble, but it's come off a Tars hand. The pilfer was on, just lost there. And a scrum will bring to close what was the best passage of play from the Reds forwards yet.
Mark set, lads, 30 seconds, let's go.
Saw a good scrap over the ball there from Marshall and Matra. He's been very busy as the Sky Blue Terrier. Well, not so Sky Blue today, it's more of that silvery away kit. But keep an eye out for him. That open side flanker for the Tars has been very impressive early doors. His under-18s counterpart, Jarvis Saw, was one of their best in the previous game. Something about the sevens here in Australia. They're just coming in droves.
Reset. Same mark. You guys all right with that? Or you want to move? All good? Same scrum. Crouch! Bind!
Just a little trouble here at scrum time. Let's hear what the referee has to say.
Let him go over, okay? Same scrum. Guys, I can see from here. 6 foot. Same scrum.
Short and sweet from the man in the middle there. Just lacking a little fluency so far at set piece. But the Reds now with their best opportunity of the game to cash in a scrum 5 metres out. As Martins feeds, will Latu have a look from the back? He's a powerful runner, you bet he will. He feeds Martins and throws a lovely flat ball to Rubens. That's clean as a whistle from the hosts. Well, it's an easy game when you run at spaces, not faces. Oh, and it's called back. A shake of the head. A shake of the head from Xavier Rubens. But the calls come late. It's a forward pass. It must have come from the sideline. And the replay will let us have a look at it. Gee, it was slick from the back. Latu found Martins. A raking cut. Let's have a peek now on the replay. Oh, yeah. Fought out of the hands, you'd have to say. Looked slick, but the Ballymore fans don't like it.
Fine. Set.
Guys,
What might have been for Queensland, they're desperate to break that drought and open their account.
Hitting hole, Blue. Guys, make sure we take it.
And we've really changed the momentum and the makeup of this game. Nothing worse than being on the donut. Yet on the donut they remain. Waratahs 12 leading the Reds yet to score as we tick towards the half-hour mark here at Ballymore Stadium. The second of our double headers in the Academy fixtures. Here under 20s.
Bind.
Sharples now to feed. Experiencing that international arena now after some good minutes for the under 20s. Australia, that is. In both the Rugby Championship and the World Cup. And there's Fowler, who got a few minutes as well during last year's under 20s TRC up at the sunny coast. A few performers from that tournament currently in action. Xavier Rubin's one of them.
See for me, Blue. Hang on, time off. We got it forward.
And Will Mason looking for his opportunity, running the cutter for Queensland today. Eamon Doyle also brought into that camp late. He's had his opportunity in the national system. There's a little attention now being given to Byron Murphy. Out of East Tigers in Brisbane. Lots to like about a wide running prop who can scrum. And he gives a thumbs up, says he's right to go as we look to line out to resume play. Robinson soars up in the middle, can't take it this time, and that's an early hit. Just a little off from the timing there on the Sharples tackle. And the relieving penalty for the Tars. They'll be very happy to get out of their end. Fowler, nice low angle. And they'll head back down towards the halfway mark. Reds just not able to get a foot into this contest yet.
It was coming off the line out, so he's still counted as part of the line out. We can't make contact with him in the air.
And there's Doyle in number 5 on your screen. He's been impressive, calling the shots. He goes up to left teammate cleverly, who secures good clean ball for the midfield. But the tackle is well up to task for Queensland. Bit of space there for Grover. Shimmies through a few shoulders. The Sharples quick recycles for Fowler, taken down in the tackle. But now really starting to pick up steam of the Waratahs. Colt barreling through the first goal jersey, can't get through the second. And the pace and the intensity of this game just starting to pick up as Cooper Waters gets his hands on for a carry. There's Cesare. He's been impressive early doors. So too is Manglesdorf, the big Sydney Uni lock. And the pace is picking up now. Fowler tipped down in a good tackle from his opposite, Nason. And a bit of width in the play now. Here's Lemaitre. Good strong strength in the chest there. Manages to shift off the first tackler and stay in. But now it's Gillen who's really leaning into his work. A big hit from the big lock. Turns the tide for Queensland. And he's tackled well above his weight there, has Fergus Gillen. Have a look at this. Almost ended up tackling 2 Tars in the contest there. And forces the turnover. Great work from the head tape lock. Well, it's been one for the purists so far. That past 2 minutes is probably the loosest passage we've had yet, and there's been plenty of scrums from the piggies watching at home on their couch. This contest between King and Cesare has been really interesting, and you have to say Cesare's got the better of his opposite tight head so far. as Rubens takes a tough carry deep in his 22. Martins now looks to the box kick to exit and gets a decent angle as well. So they'll peel off another 15 or so metres in their bid to get out of trouble. Tars marching back in now. A tough one with the sun in their eyes. As Doyle calls to himself at the back. Bobbling ball eventually finds its way into the middle as Bryle is met by his opposite Latu. And Latu's wrapped him up there. Oh, there you go. He's got the better of his opposite as Latu. The big brother's back rower bulldozes his opposite.
Maul's not over once you get your knee to the ground, once the maul's already been called. You got to have no teammates with you.
Once again, told how it is from the man in the middle.
Yep. It's not first ready, it's just 30 seconds.
We're losing track of all these scrums here. It's just been reset after reset, knock on after knock on. You have some tired front rowers out there in the Ballymore sun. Roughly 5 minutes to play in this half with the Waratahs 12 leading the Reds yet to score in this under-20s academy fixture. And now it's the Reds' turn to turn it up at scrum time. What a charge. What a magnificent charge. And Martins looks to go quick. He goes them napping. He's straight up the middle. And he's got plenty of toe as James Martins links up with Xavier Rubens. He had a try tonight before. Will he have a second? And the cries of outrage from the Reds. They feel as though there was a loose hand there slapping a ball away, but it did go backwards. And somehow the Tars managed to regain possession on their line. Not out of the woods yet, though. Reds get a man over the pill, and it looks like they might have turned it over. Somehow they have. That's great work at the breakdown from the men in gold, and now they're going to lay siege to the Tars chalk. What can the hosts produce here? They're within centimetres of the line. Ball recycled at the front there from Murphy. An early call there, but bang goes Latu. Queensland open their account, and it comes through the big hulking frame of Vitor Latu, number 8 for the Reds. 12 plays 5 here at Ballymore, and a much needed drought breaker for the hosts in this under-20s academy contest. Let's take a look at this one. It was back and forward at the ruck base there. Turnover after turnover following that Martins break. And somehow the ball squeezed out. Latu quick on it, beats the diving form of Eamon Doyle, who was desperate for that ball. And it just created a little bit of space for Latu to launch over the line. You know these fixtures, they're full of talent, but this one's a special one. The number 8 for Queensland. Keep an eye out for him throughout the Hospital Cup season, really pushing for a place in that brothers' top line. As Nason lines up the conversion, just can't draw it around a little further to the left. So the margin remains 7. But you can just start to feel the crowd starting to get into this contest. They were kept silent as the Tars opened up a 12-point lead. A few bubbles of excitement around Ballymore as we tick towards halftime. Waratahs 12, lead the Reds 5. Fowler gets us underway with a kick deep into the 22, and Martins with another show and go to peel off a few more metres. He's been very handy as the Queensland halfback early. That quick tap from the huge scrum really has changed the complexion of this game. And just feel the chat picking up from those men in gold. A bit more positivity after getting off the donut. Here's O'Kane. Doyle now. Doyle rather fails to reel that one in, so Queensland pick off a line out. And look to go wide. Nason takes to the skies. He's got Tom Howard outside him. Can't reel him in though. but a good result in the end. Howard was able to put enough pressure on Cooper Waratahs. We're just starting to see Queensland flex their muscles here in this academy context.
Mark set, lads, 30 seconds. Just feet up a little closer for me. Thanks, mate.
Here we go, shadows of half-time now. Crucial score on the line here. The Waratahs holding to a 7-point lead. They have controlled much of the proceedings so far. But the Reds just starting to find a little bit of life here at Ballymore, at the home of Queensland Rugby. What can they produce late in the first half? Well, they can produce another big shift. Not sure if the arm's out for advantage. I don't think it is. So Josh Tacker will take the tough carry in the pink boots as McLean looks for a wider runner. He finds it in the form of Tom Howard, who's been impressive so far given limited opportunities, as Martin looks for his try scorer Latu. That one's forward though. That one's forward. And we grind to yet another scrum hold.
I actually gave you a bit of leeway because you moved 2 metres. If I call you use it at a scrum, it's got to be used straight away. It's not like a maul where I give you leeway.
Let's go, our scrum here, our scrum.
Mark's here, lads, 30 seconds.
Let's go.
That red scrum for the past 5 minutes has had the Tars on skates, but don't get much more important than this. Huge scrum required here from Calabar Colt. We've been getting some extra attention from Byron Murphy so far this half. What can the Tars produce late in the piece? Reds take a few steps, but the Tars get it clean. A little bobble there from Liam Grover, but he manages to peel off a few more metres. Quick recycle from Sharples. Jeez, he's been good at the base of the ruck. And Doyle tucks and trucks once more. There's Sharples finding some open pasture. A nice kick from the Australian under-20s halfback. Pins the Reds back down deep in their territory. Well played, Waratahs. Just a little gamesmanship at the end there for the quick line out. Howard and Sharples dancing around each other, but it will be a regulation exit required from the Reds here. Important throw for Cooper Hall. Robinson flies high. The maul is set. Just lost control at the back, yeah, but there is a bit of space for Cooper Hall. He manages to peel off a few more metres at the back as Martin resets. There's Brosnan. Martin's calling for his teammates in the Caterpillar for unleashing that right boot. It's high and it's arcing. Howard's on the chase and does pretty well there to wrap up McLaren. He's had limited opportunities after a promising start. And Fowler isn't interested. He sends it back downfield. It's Maddox McLean. So it's to slow things down a little.
Lads, we've got a minute till half time. It's a bit behind me. As soon as he starts his run up. Yep. Perfect.
There you go, referee Mike giving us all the information there. About a minute till half time, so the Tars will have an opportunity to launch one final raid.
Yeah, I got like 30.
From 48 metres out. The line out started pretty promisingly. Reds starting to just find a little ascendancy in the air. Working hard to shut down Doyle, who's been so dominant up top for them. Will he call to himself again? You best believe he does, and again the result is the same. Reds peel it off at the back. King gets an arm free. And Nason given a little assistance there, I think, from Latu. He's come off second best. Might have been a little head clash. Keep an eye on that one as play gets back with the Tars. It's a lovely play out the back there from Grover to Waratahs.
Good timing, good timing.
And they get back down towards the Reds 22. Sharple says we'll go a different way, and Lemaitre loves the contact. He'll run straight into Latu. And now the Tars looking for a bit of wit. They've found it this time in Palmer. He scored one try already. Will that be called for a tackle off the ball? It sure will. No tolerance from the referee there, and it's a straight yellow. Samu Tuisau can't believe it.
There's a grubber kick, so it's basically from where you've kicked it, just beyond the 5, yeah.
You have
Just
to admit,
right in front of him.
a little brain snap there from the Reds replacement back. No arms,
Late tackle,
plays
no arm.
late. And the Tars given a gift opportunity to twist the knife
Reds,
before
take the
half
line.
time against a 14-man Reds. Here's the replay of that. Yeah, silly stuff. Silly stuff, it has to be said, from Samu Tuisau. Brendan Palmer's got plenty of pace. Can't give a penalty try, but you sure can give a yellow card for late off the ball and no arms. Here come the Tars. Doyle, this time he secures it. And O'Kane, well in control, content to be at the back of that
Yeah, come
maul.
up now.
Here comes a user call. Sharples looking for a centre man and finds it in Fenwick. Now they've got the numbers. Can they use that width? Here goes McLaren. McLaren cuts off space for his winger, but Waters is there to secure possession. Fowler goes into the halfback role. Just spits out there though. Latu cleans up at the back,
Come on, guys, it's half time.
and the Reds hang on till half time. Some hairy moments there for the hosts after the yellow card to Samu Tuisau. But they do hold on. It's the visitors 12 who lead the Reds 5 here at Ballymore. Under 20s Academy fixture. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the call here at Ballymore Stadium. It's our under-20s academy fixture. Following on from the 18s earlier in the day, Queensland versus New South Wales, and it's a typical interstate crash and bash so far today. The Tars lead 12 to the Reds 5. It has been tough, it's been scrappy. A lot of scrums, a lot of tight forward play, and a few missed opportunities as well. But the ones that have been taken have been very impressive indeed. Let's take a look at them now. Early doors, it was the Tars who opened their account. Nice little hand from Charlie O'Kane to put away front row partner Jack Cesare for that opening score. And then the quick tap from Sharples went through the back three all the way out to Brendan Palmer. Just too much toe and too much open pasture. So the Tars go up 12-0. It becomes a real arm wrestle from there. Eventually Queensland did manage to peg one back through big number 8, Vaiatu Latu, who saw a little bit of open space in front of him. Eamon Doyle there, you can see on his screen, just ducks a little too far forward to try and get that pill, doesn't get there, and big Latu goes, thanks very much, I'll pinch 5. Aside from that, highlights have been at a premium. A lot of scrums, a lot of tough play, a lot of attritional interstate rivalry, and we're going to see more of it as the scorecard pops up. You can see Latu try, Cesare and Palmer. Joey Fowler, 1 from 2 off the tee. It's not the only interstate game today as well. Make sure you head over to Stan Sport to check out tonight's Smartech Super Rugby Pacific clash between the Queensland Reds and the New South Wales Waratahs. If you're around as well, check out the Australian Club Championships on Stan. Sydney Uni and Bond currently in the throes of the women's decider before brothers welcome Beasties for the men's challenge. That not too far away, neither is our second half. Welcome back to the call here at Ballymore. It's the second half of our Academy under-20s clash between New South Wales and Queensland. New South Wales in the dark grey blue, running left to right on your screens there in Rugby.com.au or Rugby Explorer. Queensland in their alternate gold strip. Keep an eye out as this game looks to start bubbling over from a pretty tepid start. 12 plays 5 after an arm wrestle of a first half, but there's plenty to play for here as Jonty Fowler gets us underway. It's Joey again. We've got to stop mixing him up for his brother as the kickoff isn't secured and will find its way eventually to the touchline via a few hands. An interesting start to this one. If you're just joining us, the Waratahs opened their account and led 12 points to nil after tries to Jack Cesare and the flying winger on the far side, Brendan Palmer from Hunter Wildfires. But Queensland have scrapped hard to get back into this contest. Just the one unconverted try to Vaiatu Latu. And it's been tough going for both teams under the hot Brisbane sun. I'm your host, Lockie Gray. Welcome back to the call. It's a pleasure to have you here as play resumes via the romping run of Cooper Hoare. And the easily spotted pink headgear there of Josh Takai has been very busy since coming onto the field early. He replaced Frankie Goldsborough, the Super Rugby capped Red, who came from the field with what appeared to be a left arm injury. So we're trying to keep track of that interesting development as a nice chop shot from Will Nason brings down the flying tar. 7 points the margin here and everything to play for in a classic interstate rivalry. As the Taj push back upfield, Sharples and Fowler, that combination looking tight. As usual, McLean can't see it in the sun and has to let it bounce. A good result there from the Tars. Limited opportunities so far, Maddox McLean. We know how dangerous he is with ball in hand. Hasn't had a chance a little further out wide as the Reds are foiled in their quick play attempt. Sideline referees, 2 up to it. James Martins disagrees, but it doesn't matter. Ref gets the call there. And the Reds now forced to exit in the traditional manner. Quick break here. Looks like we've got number 4 for the Reds down. That'd be Fergus Gillen. But he's loping around in the middle there, so it's someone else. This play grinds to yet another halt in this under-20s Academy game. Just never seemed to get out of third gear in the first half. Couple of wide running moments. Rather, it's number 6 for the Waratahs, Luca Cleverly, who's needing some attention. Looks as though a bit of trouble on that right side. Knee or ankle. Never good to see someone hopping off. And that's tough to see Cleverly leave the field. An Australian under-18 squad member last year, product of Newington College. A lot to like about Cleverly's play, and we're hoping this one isn't as serious as it appears.
Now, fellas, we all good? Number set. Come on.
Play to resume now. Number 20's come to the field. Jacob Veru. Another tough ball carrier in Waratah blue. So let's see how this one plays out. And it certainly doesn't play the Reds' way. Another crooked throw and a half-arm opportunity for the Tars deep in Reds territory. What does Sharples go with here? The scrum's been pretty solid, but it looks as though the tap's the go, and the tap is the way they go. Doyle off the back fence. Cops a loose shoulder and gets through the first tackle. That's more direct now from the Tars. They're close and they're on the march. Fowler holds off, goes and dots it down. Very, very slick indeed from the Tars playmaker. Easy as you like from the quick tap. All it needed was 2 heavy carries, and Fowler sees the space, throws the little dummy. Latu can't latch on and takes Robinson over in the tackle. Lovely line and a lovely angle from Fowler. And a chance now to convert his try and put the Tars up even further in front.
All good, thanks,
Just caught them napping back on that blind side. The two big carries there. One from Doyle and then another from Bryle to straighten the line. Dragged enough defenders across to the right, and now Joey Fowler just too classy not to score from there. Latu didn't have the legs to get him, and Robinson didn't have the strength from close range. Fowler straight over the red dot in the middle. The Waratahs 19 lead the Reds 5 here in this under 20 Academies fixture. Live on your screens for Rugby Explorer and Rugby.com.au, the second of a doubleheader here at Ballymore. Nason to get us back underway deep into Tars territory. And it looks like Marshall Lemaitre. No, rather it is Louis Fenwick, who's been busy giving liberal opportunities, as Latu manages to strip that one clear. A little error on the deck there. Just momentum sapping pauses for the Reds. Rubens couldn't pick it up cleanly. And it will be yet another scrum. Plenty for the purists out there watching on at home. So Reds still playing with 14 after the yellow card before halftime. It was Samu Tuisau who was showing the cheddar for an off-the-ball hit on Brendan Palmer. So they're down and back, are the Queensland Reds. So will we see the Tars chance their arm from deep inside their half? Fowler says, no thanks, I'll play it safe, and looks to that space. Executes very nicely as well. Deep in his half, peels off a good 50 metres or so. That's impressive from the try-scoring fly half. No rush to this lineup from Queensland. You can see the fatigue starting to build.
Waratahs, open up, please. Thank you. How many? Yep.
The Reds look to the four-man. Robinson, a chance up front. Sails high, and it's picked off by Sharples at the back. Lovely play from the little halfback, and he's back off the deck again, looking for a wider runner. Fenwick finds his juniors partner, Grover. It's a great combination out wide for the Tars. This player recycles, and Bryle with a trademark carry into the teeth of that golden wall. Test the blind side now. There's Lemaitre. He's been impressive. Can't get away from Howard this time. The ever-present Doyle for a settling carry. This is much better from the Tars. A bit of continuity now. But in comes Trevor King. He's got something to say about that continuity. He says no thanks. Puts his Reds back on the front foot. Ball still with the Waratahs as Fowler looks for an option. Finds one in McLaren, who darts out of the first tackle there of Cooper Hoare. A chance for Fowler to put it on the toe. There's a bit of open space there. Cooper Waters was looking dangerous. And has he gone over that pill? No, not quite. The Reds have done enough. Will Nason has done enough to secure possession there. So danger averted for now for the Queensland Reds. Veramu in number 20 has been willing since he comes on. Loves getting over that ball. Has he done so this time? Remonstrating with the referee, but he doesn't get the pay. As Martins puts it on the left boot this time. Not a bad clearance. As flat as a tack. Will it be called back? It won't be this time. Referee says play on. And the Tars now with a chance down that left flank. Lemaitre, busy as ever. Peels off a few more metres. Now back into the 22. What can the Tars do here? O'Kane tucks it under the wing and says, I'll peel off a few more. Sharples looks back to the left. Bryle's been busy. He takes another carry. This is better from the Waratahs. O'Kane again, picking up a head of steam. Sharples, will he go? No, he shifts to Fowler. And they've got a big runner there and try scorer Cesare. How close can he get? He's within millimetres of the line. Has he been held up? The call is short first, taken over. Very good defensive play from the Reds there. Looked like Cesare was going to bundle over, but I think it's Fergus Gillen who's got that tall body down low and managed to hold Cesare up over the line. Great pressure though from the Tars. They're really starting to get into their work here at Ballymore. Have a look at the replay there. It was Cook that couldn't get a hold of Cesare before Gillen said, right, I'll tuck that wing under mine. in locked up possession. They're not out of the woods yet. Here's Bryle off the back fence. What can he do? He takes the tackle of Cook, which is nice and low. Textbook stuff from the blind side from Queensland. Here comes Colt. He's a tough man to bring down. You just feel the Tars are starting to really test this Reds defence. Back into the 22 again. Will weight of possession show here? As Grover looks to combine with Fenwick. There's McLaren getting into first receiver. That's a good carry from Doyle. One of his side's best here at Ballymore so far. As McLaren again into first receiver, plays O'Kane short.
Now, boys.
Fowler looking for an unders line. Mangelsdorf can't hold on though. And a good ball and all shot. They spilled it free again. There's a few words exchanged. You hear all about it from Josh Takai. Yeah, lets the Tars know. We'll have a look at that shot there. So good two-man there from Brosnan and Cook, and here's the shot.
Forward down.
It's Gillen again, a second big defensive play in as many minutes. He held up Cesare over the line, and this time he's putting a nice big shot on Joe Mangelsdorf. Impressive stuff from the rangy Queenslander. Just looking like we're fixing up a bit of cramp there from one of the Tars front rowers. Looks like our Colt.
He's a front
rower. The big fella's up and about.
Don't need outside backs for scrums. All right, guys, mark set, 30 seconds.
He's back up and running again. Our Colt packs down. It looks like we've got a new face on for the Reds as well. Sitting a little further out wide. It looks like Harry Newnham, South's Magpies product, is going to get into his work. Just checking where he's come on for. Looks like he's replaced Howard on that far wing. And I do believe that we've got the return of Samu Tuisau, who's back on for the Reds. So looks like we're back to 15 on 15 now.
No, reset. Reset, guys. We've slipped on the hit, guys. No chasing. We've just slipped. Same scrum. Sorry? Yeah, I can see from here. Stand tall.
Once again, another reset. We've had plenty already. I'd love to see the scrum count overall from this encounter, but it's certainly giving us a good look at the next generation of Australian front rowers, especially those out of Queensland and New South Wales. The battles between King and Cesare, O'Kane and Orr have been phenomenal. Really enjoying that scrap up front so far as Martins feeds and finds a penalty. Big squeeze that time from the Reds, and it pays off. Slaps all round for King and Hoare.
All right, guys, it's 3 in a row early.
And this time it's an early engagement.
Full arm now, so no short arms.
So you hear there loud and clear on the referee mic. In the first half, the Tars guilty of a few too many early engagements. And they've lost patience now. No longer a half arm, it will be a full arm as the Tars look to try and get an early advantage. Ball flies high there for Brosnan. Nason finds a tough unders line from McLean looking to get involved. And now here come the carriers. Cooper Hoare shakes off the first tackle of Sharples, but the ball's been lost. And here's Veru. Big Jacob Veru gets them on the front foot again. And that's a great carry from Lemaitre. He's through the line. He's got Sharples in support. The pass isn't great, but it's held onto somehow. And the Tars back into the Reds 22 after a great break from Marshall Lemaitre. What can the visitors produce here? Fowler. Somehow it's play on. The ball's been kicked up. It's a comedy of errors.
Just outside the 22.
And there you go. Called back finally for an error. A brief moment of absolute madness in this under-20s Academy fixture. Have a look at that break, though, from Marshall Lemaitre. Just needed to put the ball in front. Sharples still had some work to do. Managed to recover. Got the ball out to Watters, who hot-footed his way into
Mark
some
set, guys, 30
support,
seconds.
but just couldn't get their handling right there. Fowler unable to wrap up the first pill. Grubber doesn't quite go to hand. Another missed opportunity, unfortunately, there for the Waratahs as we head towards the 50-minute mark.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ball's back there for Martins. Nason looks for a blindside play.
No, it's backwards off blue. It's hit blue. Release.
Taka will get an opportunity after that ball comes backwards off a Tar's hand. So Robinson for a settling carry as the Reds look to try and wrestle back some control of this game.
Off the head, play on.
Pass has gone off the scone. Won't be forward or back as Maddox McLean tries to force a defensive shift from the Tars here. He can't find his opposite though. And Brodie McLaren needs a few Reds to bring him down. Here comes Jacob Vera, so hard to handle in that first up contact. And peels off a few more metres. Sharples wants to play deep and does so. That's a lovely weighted kick from the Australian under-20s halfback. And once more, territory at a premium for Queensland. Well, that's good heads-up play from Queensland. They managed to get it out quickly, so play will resume with the Tars looking for that 50-22. Has Fowler pulled it off? Just a little too much height on it.
Hold here, Reds.
And the Reds are there to clean up. And after that little kick exchange, we're just about back square. Tom Howard with the clearance, and a good one at that. Takes them back into Tars territory, but the Reds need to produce something more than kicks if they're going to get back into this contest. They trail 19 points to 5. They just haven't had enough opportunities. Tars squeezing the life out of them in this contest. They're probably winning that kicking battle. And one of the uglier lineouts that we've seen comes the way of the Reds. Now a chance for Queensland. As Martins looks to go wide early, a nice inside play. There's Tucker. Now there's a bit of space. McLean puts it on a platter. It's a lovely ball for Harry Newnham. Has he got the wheels to get there? He tries to split the defenders. He goes within 3. What can they do with quick ball? Martins looking for a runner and coughs it up cold. Coughs it up cold within 5 of the line. That's the Reds' best opportunity of the half, and it goes begging.
Pass was flat, guys.
Oh, what might have been for the Reds there. What a play. It was heads-up stuff from Maddox McLean to unlock space for Harry Newnham. Let's take a look at it here. Nason, the shift from Cook back inside, and McLean finally with some space. There's Newnham. Slipped inside the 2 tacklers, had all the momentum with him. Great support there from Howard. But just a little hurried. Cook couldn't quite hang on. It was a bit wide, wasn't in front of him, just on the right chicken wing. And another opportunity goes begging.
Bind!
Guys, be patient. Just be patient and go. Hang on, we haven't even set yet.
A few new faces on the paddock now
Wait for the calls.
for Queensland. We can see number 17, Jacob Job, out of West Bulldogs,
3.5.
ready to lock down that loose head side. Also the hulking frame of Charlie McCauley out of Bond Bull Sharks. He's going to pack down as well. So we've seen Charlie Brosnan shift to blindside flanker. This is a mobile pack that the Reds are pulling on now, but they need to be tough up front. A vital scrum.
Set!
As this game ticks on, it's gone straight down. Can they play it out? They sure can. Fenwick finding hard yards up the middle.
No, thanks for asking. Yeah, ball's out now because he's used his hands.
Pressure on Sharples there. He manages to scramble the kick away. And the Reds starting to turn the screws a little here.
Yeah, you got to get it all the way back. I'll give you lenience on the last one, but you can't stick your hand into the ruck and bring it back. Counts as ball out, rather than blowing a penalty for hands in ruck. Yeah. So if you need to dig it out, I'll give you some lenience, but you can't do this one. Yeah.
Those watching at home, very appreciative of the ref comms here. It's been clear and crystal what they're after in the middle in this under-20s academy fixture and setting the tone for a great battle as this time Brosnan brings the ball down for the Reds.
You're fine, mate.
Looks
You're in the
like
middle.
Doyle's done very well to wrap that up in the middle there. I think the Waratahs skipper might have gotten his hands on that peel, and that's impressive. Very impressive from Doyle. Ripped apart the maul single-handedly. And he's got his side back on the front foot.
Yeah, still scrum from a collapsed maul, yeah.
It's impressive, and Doyle has been industrious, leading from the
Mark that, lads,
front.
30 seconds.
Has Eamon Doyle, Australian under-20s. He's bided his time, came into this system late last year. And he's making the most of his opportunities here as the Waratahs skipper, leading by example with his side up 19 points to 5 here at Ballymore Stadium.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Full arm to the Reds this time. Looks like angling in there from the far prop on the Tars. On the Reds now. Finding a little ascendancy maybe. If they're going to score, it's got to be now. Time is ticking away from the Reds. They just haven't clicked an attack yet. And save a few flashes of brilliance, like that recent break from Newnham or Latu's opportunistic try. There just hasn't been much to offer from this Reds backline in particular. A huge opportunity. And Queensland turn it around. Down 14 points. They need to lift. They need a score here. Four sends it high.
No, we're still there.
Well taken. Well taken and well formed. Here come the Queenslanders. Cooper Hoare at the back. Can he get there? Of course he can. A short, low dive to the line, and the Reds find themselves back in this contest.
Yeah, we'll have a drink break. Yeah.
That's good play there from the East Tiger, Cooper Hoare. Biding his time, very patient at the back of that maul. And it was well set. Let's take a look at that now on the replay. Well steered. It was Brosnan and the new man as well. I think Charlie McCauley had plenty of involvement in there to work their way over the chalk. Slaps and back pats all round from a well-earned try from the East Tiger at the back there. We'll head into a drinks break now as well, but a crucial kick to come for Nason. Slide angle, benefiting the right footer, and it never looked like missing. 19 plays, 12 was to head into a short drinks break.
Paul Mason. Score.
Yeah.
Waratahs 19.
Yeah.
Reds 12.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. The thing I'm seeing the most is that new looser that's come on. It's just his feet too far back. Yeah, so I talked to him at the last one and he fixed it. Then I didn't give him the message in the next one and he went back to his old habits. So just have a chat to your replacement, which was 18. Just about getting his feet underneath him and then probably... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I thought on the dominant hit we seemed to get ball in and out. Sorry, when it's up on the feet, we get ball in and ball out. Just a couple of times. You know, he's only been on for a couple of minutes.
Welcome back to the call, and a very warm welcome if you're just joining us here via Rugby.com.au and Rugby Explorer. It is the second of our academy fixtures here at Brisbane's Ballymore Stadium, Queensland hosting New South Wales, and there's just over 20 minutes to play in the under-20s fixture. Waratahs 19 lead the Reds 12, And momentum, you think now with the Reds, after that late try there, starting to peg back that margin. It was impressive stuff. As Cooper Hall went over from the back of a powerful maul try. And the margin is just 7. There could not be a bigger contrast between this game and the under-18s before. In that one previously, it was the Waratahs 50 running out 17-point victors over the Reds 33. Stacks of tries, lots of wide running. This has been a really tough scrap of a game at Ballymore Stadium. But Joey Fowler might have other ideas. The number 10 for New South Wales trying to spark something there, just doesn't quite come off. And frustration for the Tars as they look to bounce back from that Cooper Hall try.
Speed up for
You
me.
can see what Fowler's trying to do there. He plays it quickly, very sneaky, got through the line and really bent an arm there, but didn't have to throw that second offload.
Yep, like that.
So play will resume from a midfield scrum. Scrum counter off the charts here under the Brisbane sun. And new man, Callum Reedy, halfback out of North's Eagles. Looks to feed this scrum. What impact can he make? James Martin's impressive, but now the young North's man with a chance to impress and bends the line early with a little carry. Important meters there. There's Charlie McCauley, so influential in that maul try for Charlie Hoare. He has a carry too, but that one's charged down for Nason. Somehow he's regathered that. A little pirouette and a little spin. And Queensland back to where they started, with ball in hand from halfway. Latu out the back, a swing, no look, probably isn't the play for a big fella. You can see what they're trying to do, unlock some space, but it just results in a scrap. They're lucky to get away with that one.
Still out of ruck.
Tars this time guilty of dropping those hands down. Nason with an opportunity to plug the corner now. Been a lot of those just lost back play passes in this game so far, not quite going to hand. Not the silkiness you'd be hoping for. That's what these academy fixtures are all about, getting experience, building those skill levels under pressure. And now the Reds have a chance to execute a key skill of their own, attacking line out 24 metres out from the Tars try line.
Tars, just open up, thank you.
What can the men in goal produce here? Hoare, the try scorer. It's not clean, and Sharples again. He's been a pest at the back of that line out. Has he peeled off a 50-22? Goes within a whisker. Goes within a whisker for the Tars. And the Waratahs know how important that is. Quick to flood that line out. And shut down a quick opportunity. They want to turn this into an arm wrestle again. That's what suits them. And now Hoare back under pressure in his own 22.
Jumpers down.
And the pace of this game slowing once again. Saying a jumper down. There's another replacement, comes to the field. It's Wyatt Ballinger, number 21, the red scrum cap for the Waratahs. What impact can he make in the New South Wales back row?
Cool. Swapping. That's for the player that's down there.
Looks like he's replaced Luca cleverly,
Just outside
so
the
he'll jump to the blind side
Thank you.
flank. We've also
All right,
got
guys, we all set?
Nick Hill,
Time's on.
reserve tight head, in the mix now. Gillen flying high.
Come up.
And that's well secured for the Reds, who peel off a few more metres. Happy to get a rumble on. Happy to stay in the shade, perhaps.
Going again.
As Reedy takes to the trusty right boot. He's got plenty of elevation, but up to task is Brodie McLaren. An excellent snaffle from the fullback. And the Tars now in possession on halfway. They look to their forwards, but Sharples isn't going to muck around with it in the midfield. They want to pin them down there. They want to strangle this Queensland side. But that's a hell of a take from Cooper Waratahs. Pays off this time for Sharples, and now they've got numbers out to the left. What can they produce here? Here's McLaren with a jinking step. Taken down by Josh Takai. Just a little fumble. Oh, just a little fumble again. This time it's the skipper, Eamon Doyle.
Unlucky.
And every time it feels as though this game is going to
I thought the timing was
spark to life. The engine splutters and fails once more and takes us back to the set piece. Good pressure there from Gillen over the pill as well. Just a little fumble from Doyle.
Better.
Play resumes now, and the Reds looking to run it out of their 22. Collision starting to pick up now. It's been helped by the impact of Charlie McCauley. He's been aggressive since coming on in the 20 jersey for Queensland. As the Skies are taken two once more. That's a lovely pickup there. My goodness, there goes Brendan Palmer through a gap, puts it on the toe. Can he regather? Oh, the bouncing, bubbling ball. Has he got it? He's done it! This way, that way, we didn't know if he'd picked it up cleanly, but that is one heck of a try from Brendan Palmer. Take a look at that. He's lost the headgear from the first half, but number 11, Brendan Palmer, the Hunter Wildfire, has produced a sensational, sizzling moment of individual brilliance here at Ballymore. Clean pickup, spins out of the contest, a grubber through deep into the 22, and he's done just enough to hold on to the bobbling ball and pick up his second try. A crucial score for the Waratahs here at Ballymore. We'll get eyes on that conversion in just a tick, but that is one hell of an individual try. Joey Fowler makes no mistake with a simple conversion, but Brendan Palmer, take a bow. The Hunter Wildfire has lit up this contest. Just one more time for good measure at home. Have a look at this. Grabs the ball at speed, spins out of the initial contact, beats 1, 2 with pace, beats another 2 with the grubber. The presence and the patience to wait for that ball to kick up and goes over in the tackle. Lovely, lovely work there from Brendan Palmer.
Still option, guys. Normal option. Restart scrum. Cool. Mark set. 30 seconds. Time up.
We've got a few fresh legs now. Cooper Hawes had a good innings out in the middle for Queensland.
Come on.
And now Blaze Moana will take to the field. New look front row as well. We've also got Slater Galloway. So what can this new front row do for Queensland? Any impact? Looks it early. But somehow the ball spilt out the Tars side. Very good scrap as McLaren takes off. He's starting to really impose himself on this game. Is the Waratah fullback as Bryle. So industrious, Toby Bryle in the white headgear. Sharples very content to kick inside the attacking half. He wants a contest. He knows what a weapon Cooper Waratahs is. This time he can't get to it, but there's solid contact from McLaren, and the Tars are there to try and swamp that breakdown. Reedy looking left and light, decides to go left. There's the new man. Jacob Job gets an early touch. Reedy again to the skies. Newnham's chasing hard. Forces the error, and that's offside. Bit of a brain snap there from Wyatt Ballinger. Just reacted to the ball coming his way. One of the toughest penalties to cop. It could be a very important one in the scheme of this game. You just see dual try scorer Palmer put that ball down, and Ballinger can't help himself. Easy penalty. And now Blaze Moana with an important throw.
Yep. Nice try on contest.
And not the start he would have wanted at set piece. Young Moana.
Free kick now.
That's gone to the outside shoulder, and there's no way they can pay it. So Fowler will take that ball outside the 22, and you dare say he'll take to the skies. Thumps it downfield to Newnham, who can't take it cleanly. Has he touched it? I fear he has. I fear he has. It's a 5-metre scrum and a nightmare result for Queensland.
He touched it.
Frustration there
Clear as day.
for the replacement back. Just got a fingertip to it, lost it in the air, and that's trickled over the dead ball to turn a regulation half arm into a 5-metre scrum for the Waratahs. A chance to really start twisting the knife in this contest.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
The feed is good there from Sam Blank, who's on the field. And now a tough carry. As the Tars look to ice this contest, they go quick, they go forward, and who else but Marshall Lemaitre out of Gordon to cross for the Tars' 5th try. Well deserved for the open side flanker. Just presence of mind, good game smarts, realises that a quick recycle's on after a good strong carry. Who was it there? That was a lovely charge from Zach Fittler. Got his side on the front foot. And Lemaitre was so quick that he even beat his halfback to it. Ducks over to the right. And you'd think, with about 10 minutes to go, that the Tars are looking just about home and hosed. Near run thing. Near run thing as the Queenslanders put pressure on that Fowler kick, but it sails through. 33. The visiting Waratahs lead the Queensland Reds 12 in this under-20s academy fixture here at Ballymore. And pending a massive swing in fortunes for the Queenslanders, they're going to find themselves 0-2 while hosting this academy doubleheader.
Tackle release.
Short kickoff doesn't pay dividends for Queensland this time.
Ball in front, wait.
And as he's done all day, Fowler happily sends the pigskin skyward. James Martin's back onto the field.
Keep coming, Reds.
Looks to return
Yeah,
serve.
hold on.
Bit of ping pong now. What will Fowler do here? Decides to look inside. Grover's been good with limited opportunities in the outside centre role. As has Veru, who's been a big carrier since coming onto the paddock.
Use. Yep.
And that one, well, probably not the Tars' best box kick, but somehow they've regathered, and it was the man who kicked it. Sam Blank, well done, young man. Makes amends for a skyward sail with a safe pair of hands. And now the Tars looking to get their rumble on. Fowler once more to the corner. It's going to sit up, though. Will it sit up for Wyatt? For Watters, rather, it doesn't this time. Nason takes it to the safety of touchline. But Cooper Watters, they're really looking to test that wing aerially.
Got 2 here.
A sense of mismatch out there between Cooper Watters and his opposite. Just didn't quite sit up. Great play, great pressure. I've got to say, it's been clinical from these Tars in the second half. Not always the prettiest rugby, but it has been brutally effective.
Goes backwards. No run.
As Tom Robinson finds a seam at the edge of the ruck.
20.
Make sure we go all the way, mate.
What can the Reds do here? They can look wide. McLean finds a bit of open pasture. Here we go. It looks like Martin's on the wing. But the boot fails him this time. Not many opportunities out wide here for the Reds.
We got people here, guys.
As the seconds tick away, you think the lead's insurmountable now. 33 plays 12, a 21-point advantage, at least 3 tries to somehow pick this back. The Tars look set to fly home with 2 wins to 0. Potentially a few more tries in the bank as well, as Veru controls it one-handed. And a good run there from Jay McKenzie, who gets his opportunity off the bench for New South Wales. Veru again shaking off the first defender as Bailey Park tucks the head and goes hard into the teeth of the Queensland defence.
He was, guys. He was lifting ball and body.
Some reprieve there, Queensland. Well done, Tom Robinson over the ball. Good with limited opportunities. The story of Queensland's afternoon has been they just have not converted when given their limited territorial opportunities. Feels as though the entire game's been played in their half. And kicks like that from Will Nason don't help either. There goes Jay McKenzie. Doesn't quite shake out of the tackle, but he does find space for Grover, who's quick. He's very quick indeed. He skins him down the left. The pass just isn't in front, but it's well held there by Zach Fittler, who recycles. Now the Tars well and truly on the front foot. They're playing with advantage. Can we see them ice the cake here late in the piece at Ballymore? Nick Hill, another tough carry from the front rower. Now Fowler again, looks to Waters' wing. What can they pull off? Not a try this time, but they are playing with advantage. They'll go back. They'll look to twist the knife late. The heart of Queensland rugby, New South Wales, are squeezing them for everything they've got.
Part of the right, can't play the 9.
I'll put that down to an excellent break from Liam Grover. We saw glimpses of it in the first half. He's got gas, he's got strength, but that was just serious pace. Well worked with Jay McKenzie. He was back to support and carved up down that wing. Let's have a peek now. Just scythed through a little goosey off the right foot. Saw the mismatch. Looked to link up with Fittler, who did well to retain possession. Went down in that tackle and recycled. You just get a hint of what Liam Grover can do in Sky Blue. Veru again, recycles. Lemaitre looking for his second try. As the Tars look to their big men, Dante Ciali rolling his way towards the chalk. He will be held up this time.
On the lines, over the line.
That's impressive.
We got
An impressive carry and an equally impressive defensive wall.
Buy me a beer, I might consider it.
Reds playing on borrowed time now. He'll step up for the Tars. Bryle loves a carry. Surely he can't resist here. Martins holds on.
Lost.
And the Tars relaunch their siege deep in Reds territory. Here comes Blank, looks for Fowler. There's Grover again, met in a stiff tackle, a 2-manner. But he plays and goes again. That's lovely off the deck. Oh, what a play. What a magnificent play from Liam Grover. Game, set, match, New South Wales.
Yeah, it's time, lads.
Take a look at that from the Waratahs outside centre. He's carved him up just a few moments earlier down the left side, but this is just presence of mind. Gets launched in a tackle, quickly plays the ball again. They had to let him go. Skips out of 2 more, and he's just got too much gas and too powerful of a left foot step to get around the defence. Put that down to a little bit of magic from Liam Grover late in this contest. You'd have to say he's been one of the Tars' best this afternoon, has Grover. And they'll call it there. Full time here in this Under-20s Academy match. The Waratahs 40 run-out victors over the Queensland Reds 12. Emphatic at the end. After holding a narrow 12-5 halftime margin, it's been largely one-way traffic with the Tars breaking free off the back of some very slick backline play. Reds just couldn't get in this contest. A late try, just never looked like really pegging it back. And we'll take a quick look at the highlights from what turned into a very one-sided contest. Here you have it early in the second half. A lovely hold from Joey Fowler. Just read the play beautifully, shook off Vaiflatu, and managed to shake his way over for the go-ahead try, extending their lead out to 3 tries to 1. The Reds, spurred by that, managed to peg one back. It was Cooper Hoare who waited patiently at the back of that rolling maul to give a bit of life in this contest, but the stranglehold, the field position game of New South Wales choked Queensland out of it until this. Brendan Palmer puts the team on his back with an amazing kick return, popped it on the toe, waited for the bubbling ball, just managed to ground it before it popped out. What a try that was from Brendan Palmer. This effectively killed off the contest. A great strong carry set the tone for Marshall Lemaitre to sneak his way over. One of the Tars' best this afternoon was the open side flanker, and then this, of course, late. Liam Grover, take a bow, gets up, plays the ball from heavy contact between 2 front rowers and shows a clean pair of heels to skin the Reds and ice this contest. 40 points to 12 here at Ballymore Stadium. We'll take a look at the scorecard now. And what an impressive second half performance that was. Palmer with the doubles, Cesare, Lemaitre, Fowler and Grover all crossing the chalk. Fowler 5 from 6 as well. Alhora and Latu, the only try scorers with Nason 1 from 2. One-sided at the end of the day, the Waratahs reigning supreme across both fixtures. They take out the under-20s and the under-18 Academy doubleheader here at Ballymore Stadium. I've been Lockie Gray. You've been terrific. Thanks for your company here on Rugby Explorer and Rugby.com.au. We'll see you next time.